Did you know there are cities that have been erased from maps as if they never existed? Some were wiped out by disasters, others by government secrecy. But why? Imagine waking up one day and your entire town is gone. No records, no postal code, no official recognition. It's like history has been rewritten. In today's video, we're diving into 15 hidden cities that have vanished from maps. From an American town that's been burning underground for decades to a Russian city so secret it didn't officially exist. This will leave you questioning what else might be hidden from us. And stay till the end, because one of these places was erased overnight by the government. And the reason is mind-blowing. Zheleznogorsk, Russia, the hidden nuclear city. Some towns disappear, others were never supposed to exist. Welcome to Zheleznogorsk, a classified Soviet city where nuclear weapons were developed. For decades, it didn't appear on maps. Entry was forbidden without special clearance. Even today, it remains a restricted zone. Think of it as Russia's version of Area 51. North Brother Island, New York, USA, the Forbidden Island. Did you know there's an island in New York City that you're not allowed to visit? This is North Brother Island, once a quarantine station for deadly diseases. The infamous Typhoid Mary was locked away here for 26 years. Later, the island became a rehab center, then was abandoned. Now it's completely off limits to the public. The government says it's a bird sanctuary, but some believe there's something more mysterious hiding there. What do you think? Gromov 30, Russia, the city that doesn't exist. Want to hear something even crazier? There are still secret cities in Russia today. One of them is Gromov 30, a classified military settlement. Its real purpose? Unknown. Could it be testing futuristic weapons? Secret experiments? The truth remains hidden. Epecuén, Argentina, the Atlantis of South America. What if I told you there's a city that was completely swallowed by water and then mysteriously reappeared decades later? This is Epecuén, Argentina, a once thriving resort town that was completely submerged in 1985 after a devastating flood. For 25 years, the entire town lay underwater. Then, as the waters slowly receded, Epecuén resurfaced, revealing an eerie, ghostly landscape. Buildings stood in ruins, cars were rusted husks, and the remains of a church still loomed over the abandoned streets. But here's the wildest part. One man still lives there alone. Pablo Novak, the town's only resident, chose to stay, watching over what remains of Epecuén. Would you visit this real-life lost city? Helltown, Ohio, USA, the town of legends. Now let's talk about a place so creepy it's surrounded by urban legends. In 1974, the US government suddenly bought up all the homes in Boston Township, Ohio, now nicknamed Helltown, and forced everyone to leave. But why? The official story? The land was meant for a new national park, but that never happened. Instead, strange rumors spread. People claimed the town was taken over for government experiments, that toxic waste had been dumped there, and that mutated creatures now lurk in the abandoned buildings. And here's the kicker. Maps don't even mark Helltown as a real town anymore. So, was it really just a land buyout, or is there something the government isn't telling us? San Juan Parangaricutiro, Mexico, the buried city. Imagine this. You wake up one morning, and your entire town is being swallowed by lava. That's exactly what happened in San Juan Parangaricutiro, Mexico, when the Paracutin volcano erupted in 1943. Lava and ash buried the entire town, forcing every resident to flee. But one thing survived, the church. Today, the ruins of San Juan's church still stand, partially buried in hardened lava, with only its bell tower and altar rising above the black volcanic rock. It's like something out of a fantasy movie, a real-life Pompeii, frozen in time. Would you climb over volcanic rock just to see it? The town of Imber, England, the military's secret city. Now, here's a town with a strange fate. Imagine being told to evacuate your home and never being allowed to return. That's exactly what happened to Imber, England, during World War II. The British military needed a training ground, so they forced every resident to leave. They promised it was temporary, but decades passed, and the town remained off limits. Even today, Imber is still controlled by the military. The only time civilians are allowed back, a few select days per year. It's like a ghost town that only briefly comes back to life. But the real question is, why didn't they ever give it back? Slab City, California, USA, the last free place in America. Have you ever heard of a town with no laws, no government, and no official recognition? That's Slab City, California, often called the last free place in America. It's a remote community in the desert where people live completely off the grid. No police, no taxes, no running water, just a mix of artists, nomads, and survivalists who've built a makeshift town out of trailers and abandoned structures. And here's the weird part. Slab City isn't technically on most maps as a town. It has no official borders, no local government, and no zip code. So is it a town or just a lawless land? Would you ever consider living somewhere like this? Thule, Greenland, the vanished Arctic town. Now, let's end with a town that was erased to make way for military secrets. In the 1950s, the US military took over Thule, Greenland, to build a Cold War airbase. The problem? People already lived there. The Inuit residents were forcibly relocated, and their original settlement was erased. The US then built Thule Air Base, one of the most strategic military locations in the Arctic, used for early warning radar systems and top-secret operations. To this day, the original Thule is gone. The only thing that remains? The airbase, and the mystery surrounding what really goes on there. What do you think? Could this be another hidden military experiment site? And there you have it. Cities that have been erased from history. Some disappeared due to war, some due to natural disasters, and others, well, they were wiped off the map for reasons we may never truly know. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love uncovering hidden places and mysterious locations, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Head out on your next adventure. The journey never ends.